you're getting highlight finishes, so it's like you're doing what you're supposed to do. So I ain't mad at you. Are you real though? Are you the real deal? I don't know. You're fighting some cupcakes. Even this next one with Marlon Vera coming up, he has a decent record, 15-6. But you go look at his record, he hasn't beat any of the good dudes that he's fought. He's lost to, and he's beat all the medium guys. So he's kind of a top 15 gatekeeper. We'll say that.
Okay.
So, like, you're still.
I mean, earlier in our conversation about this Sean O'Malley, Marlon Vera fight, you brought up Aljamain Sterling, who people thought should be the number one contender. But my man, yeah, he came in and choked out old boy. But is that really that impressive as knocking motherfuckers out?
Yes, because the dude that he choked out was in the top 5. He was a number one contender. He's not knocking out what's his name from last. When you're taking out top 5 dudes, I know you're ready to fight for the belt. When you just knocking out bums who are doing what, and then you come in here and you try to call shots like you're going after these top dogs, like I'm sure if you wanted to fight them, you could, but the UFC doesn't even think you're ready for all that. So you might want to calm down a little bit. You know what I mean? They're trying to protect their asset. The Great White Hype is already out. Darren Till is falling off, so who's the next Great White Hype that they can pump up? Here he is, Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Hey, but my boy has called out Cody Garbrandt, who is arguably number 2 or 3 in the division, and we know he knocks motherfuckers out, and we know that'll be an exciting fight. And Sugar Sean is the one calling him out. If I was Cody Garbrandt, I'd be like, okay, let me get this easy money and come on up here and get your ass knocked out by a top tier fighter.
You gotta
show you where you at. We just seen Derek Brunson last week beat the hell out of Shabazian and put him in his place and let him know, look, you ain't ready for this yet.
Hey, but
why can't?
Don't try to hold on. Sean O'Malley's 22. I like to believe he's in his later 20s, and I think that's what Garbrandt told him. He said, "Hey, buddy, I was the UFC champion at 25. Like you haven't even fought somebody in the top 25. So stop calling me out. Save your breath. Go beat somebody."
But it sounds like my man is trying to beat the man to beat a man, and the man don't want no parts of that.
No, that's what the little dog does. He barks at the big dog, trying to agitate him. The big dog knows it's a lose. Like, what does Garbrandt do beating up a guy who's not even in the top 10?
Oh, yeah. You definitely give credit for that. Okay, let's say this then. Let's say Cody Garbrandt buys into this bullshit, fights Sugar Sean, knocks out Sugar Sean. The whole world sees it. Now he's on this hype train of just beating this young up-and-coming guy, and he just knocked out the veteran. So you beat up an upcoming and a veteran. That puts you a shoe-in to fight Jan for that title.
He's trying to go down.
Bing.
I give you, but that's not what Garbrandt's trying to do. Garbrandt's trying to go down to 125. He's trying to get that belt and beat a champion. He's going to call out another dude who looks pretty vicious, by the way. Davis Figueiredo. I don't really know too much about him besides the last couple of fights I've seen. I ain't been following his career like that, but he had some nasty hands in those fights for the 125. And I told you that was my thing with the small dudes. You still got to knock people out. I don't care if you're 125 or 135. You got to give me those KOs because that's what we watching fights for. That's why the heavyweights, we don't care what their names are. We watching just because we know this is probably going to be a knockout. There's an 80% chance that this fight is ending in a knockout. Sign me up, coach. Who? You watch these little guys, it's like, man, these little squirrels, you were hating on my guy Aljamain because he's a wrestler. You know, the Funk Master is a wrestler, so, he got the boring style, but we're going to watch Usman and all these GSP. They wrestled everybody to death, and they champions. So it's like, Aljamain, you've seen the formula. See what happens when he tried to strike with Morales? He caught that flying knee, and he went night-night.
Exactly.
But that was a fluke. Like, who? Morales is not.
I want to see. Okay. Even if it's Sugar Sean got the swag and the hands for the type of champion that I want to see hold the belt. Now if you're saying he ain't fought no top tier guy, if he go in there and smoke this Vera cat, right? Then let's go ahead and put him in there with a top 5 guy. I think he's ready. I think he's been ready.
Nobody a bum. I'm not trying to say Vera's a bum, but he's supposed to go smoke this dude. He's been laid up. This is like the layup line for him. Come out here, get another highlight. So we got some more promotional material to boost your little fights. But what swag does he have? Because he's tatted up and he dyed his hair like a rainbow. Like that's swag these days. Like,
and he likes to go on the occasional flight, bro. Come on now.
Yeah,
he's right up our alley.
For sure. I'm with it. I'm not knocking. I'm just saying I haven't bought a ticket to get on the train yet. I don't know where that train is necessarily going, so I don't know if I want to board that train this year. You want to call out Garbrandt because he thinks the reason he could beat Garbrandt is because Garbrandt is a wild card. He's gonna go out there and just throw bombs. That's his MO, and that's all he's gonna do. And O'Malley knows that. He don't want to go out there and fight a tactician. He don't want to go fight the old champ.
Look, if he gets in there against Dominic Cruz, I think that's who you refer to. You say old champ. If he goes in there against Dominic Cruz has for me the worst style in UFC history. Okay, the motherfucker twinkle toes around the ring like he Barney Rubble from Flintstones. Okay, all right. So, hey, but it's not like you said. If you're a little dude, you still gotta knock motherfuckers out. You still gotta knock motherfuckers out, even if you're a little guy. So Sean O'Malley should get in there and fight like I think Aljamain Sterling. You know what I'm saying?
Funk Master is gonna wrestle him and take him down and choke him out by his little rainbow braids. He's gonna choke the shit out of him and follow through. And then where's the hype train go? Where's the hype train go?
Hey, that's the beauty of this sport, baby. We get in there, we find out if can you take him down? Can you? Because from what I've seen, my man got pretty decent takedown defense. You know, pretty decent. I wouldn't say his numbers are astronomical, but at the same time, he does have a great striking pedigree, and he's laying motherfuckers on their backs. So
I'm not buying the hype. The hype is too real for me at the moment. And the UFC is known for this great white hype. Like I said, they have him lined up. Like Darren Till came out of nowhere. He's been getting smacked around. Like, yeah, he's good, but to just get a title shot. Like, look at these cats that had to go through like Murderer's Row, and they still can't even get a title shot. You know what I mean? Like, look how disrespectful Tony Ferguson had to do, and you still calling him a fake champ when he's been out there and beat all the top dudes, but you still can't get a title fight for how long? And then this dude just comes out of nowhere, and you're fighting Woodley for the belt, getting smashed because you weren't ready for that. That's how I see Sugar Sean O'Malley coming in. You're going to come face one of these OGs, these top 5 savvy veterans, even though they battered and beat up a little bit. They're grown men, and they're veterans of this for a reason. And they're top 5 material, tried and tested, not hype, but they're there for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, Aljamain, yeah, he got knocked out by Morales, but you don't think Sugar Sean is going to get knocked out by Morales in that fight? Oh, wow. You've been drinking the picograms on the O'Malley train. You juiced up on this dude.
I don't know. The reason why I toot my nose up at the Marlon Moraes fight is because I'm looking at it and I'm seeing that my man is strong, is tall, long. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be in there firefighting with Moraes like a smaller guy, like the Henry Cejudo. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be long, technical with him. You know what I'm saying? And I think you know, all that muscle, Moraes might get slept, bro. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Oh, I would love to see that fight. I would love to see that.
See, that's how good the UFC hype train is. They got you believing this dude is ready for the big time.
Oh my God!
The thing is, like, you see these dudes, they either got it or they don't. You see O'Malley, he got his little YouTube channel, he got his little chair, and he's doing his little critiques and stuff. And it's like, man,
yeah, I ain't saying throw him in there with Jan. But
if you say
or even Aldo, I'm not saying throw him in there with Aldo. I'm saying Give him the Aljamain Sterling. These top 5 guys. These top 10 guys.
Give him
if that's the issue,
give him Aldo and see what happens.
Oh no! Why are you trying to do this to the young man? Why are you trying to do that to the young man?
He's talking a lot. This is what happened.
Aldo just fought for the title. We gonna throw him in there with.
This is why
Jose Aldo.
This is why we like fighting, because we can go settle this. This ain't like basketball. Like you're Shaq and I'm Kobe, and you could always post me up, and I can run circles around you. We don't really know who's better. This is where we get to stand toe to toe. All the shit. You could be great at talking shit, but can you really fight when it comes down to it? You know what I mean? You might have hyped yourself up bigger than you really are, and now you're going to come get served. I just think O'Malley is drinking his own Kool-Aid right now.
You know what? And I'm going to drink his Kool-Aid a little bit right here when I tell you this. You put Jose Aldo in there after getting smashed by Jan like that. I see a refight or a remake of Jose versus Conor McGregor, bro. The man is too big, too long, too slick. I don't see Jose going there and just dominate him. Although, yeah, I mean, I think that's too high on the totem pole to jump from.
No, you're calling
Vera, from Vera to fucking Jose Aldo. That's a big jump. You know what I'm saying?
He's calling him out. How come he's not calling out Aldo? You're calling out one dude, the wild card, and the reason he gets beat is because he knows Garbrandt has a weak chin. That's why he wants to fight Garbrandt, and he knows Garbrandt's going to actually stand there and trade with him and not back down. And he's not going to use his fighter IQ to beat him like a savvy veteran like Aldo. Will just go to his leg kicks. He'll attack him. He'll chew away at him. He's fought.
I don't know because Garbrandt has Mark Henry in his corner right now, and Mark Henry is a savvy coach who studies the film and breaks down the opponent. And I think he did the same thing with a Sunsao, and that's why he was able to clip a Sunsao the way he did. You know what I'm saying? Because a Sunsao ain't no slouch. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
And give him Al, J, or give him Al, and then you know what I'm saying. Maybe if you don't want to give him Al, give him Marias. I would be cool with that. Give him a top dude. That's all I'm saying.